Good afternoon. Today I am going to try and show you how to do this grab and go bag. Okay, I call it grab and go because I can grab my iPad mini and throw it in this one. It has a pocket there in the middle. It has a pocket in the front, a pocket in the very front, and then a pocket on the back, okay? With the pattern comes templates for the pockets. You place it on the fold, or you can sew two pieces of material with the same angle if you don't want, like this one, if you don't want to use the good fabric on the inside too, because the pockets are lined. So I have, and I always stitch it across the top of mine to give it extra strength for the pockets. Here's my back pocket, but it'll be this way, so. And then here are my front two pockets, will be like this. And this is my base, because it's all about the base for my bag itself, okay? And there's batting, and there's a template for the batting as well. Because if you want to carry your iPad and stuff in it, then you might want a little optional batting, okay? All right, let's hoop some stabilizer. As you know, I'm a big fan of no-show poly mesh for my purses. So I'm gonna hoop it and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my no-show poly mesh hooped and I am going to stitch my placement stitch. Okay, you can see it stitched the placement stitch. Now we're going to take our zipper, and I cut it way too long, and we are going to center it right between this top and second line, okay? And this bag is for the number 5 zipper. Okay, so now I'm just going to tape my zipper down. Oh, that's a big old piece of tape. So, let's see, because I want to make sure it's centered, so I'm going to go. And I did it so crazy big. Gosh darn. Nothing like using a tape measure. Okay. Oops. Not that big piece of tape. And I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. I tape it right at the very edge because I don't want it getting in the stitch, because I hate trying to take this tape out of the stitch. All right, I got it taped there. Now I'm going to tack it down. Okay, you can see it tack the zipper down. Now we're going to take our batting and we're going to center it right here at the bottom bit. Center it in between the left and the right, and right below the zipper, or right at the edge of the zipper, just above the bottom stitch line. Okay, and then we're just going to put it in there and tack it down. Okay, you can see it tacked it down. Now I don't like my batting to get in my final stitches, so I always trim any little bits that stick out, like these corners. This side's really fine, but because I'm already here, I'm just going to trim them. Just this one side, the other side's perfect. Ha ha. Right? Okay, so there we go. Okay. All right. Now we are going to take our lining. Well, first of all, we are going to take and turn our hoop over, okay? And we're going to get our first piece of lining. And we are going to put it face down. And we are going to line it up right with the bottom of the zipper. See, we're going to center it. Oops, try to center it. Right there at the bottom of the zipper, okay? Or as you can see, what is this line? The zipper placement stitch. You can line it up right with that. Okay, we put it there. We're going to find our tape. And I'm going to tape it. Okay, now I'm going to turn my hoop over, and as you can see, this is going to go over where my handles are, or my tabs hooks are. So I'm just going to leave that hang there till it tacks it down, okay? Now I'm going to take my front piece of vinyl which is the shorter piece if you cut the inch off. Okay, the shorter piece, and I'm going to put that face down, I mean, like this, centered at the same point, right at the bottom of the zipper, right at the edge of the zipper there, okay? And I'm going to tape that in place so it doesn't move the same. Not that I got a lot of room. You know, when you make these bags the same size of your hoop. Okay, now I'm going to slide mine in. I have to be careful of the handle or the tab thing or whatever you call it. Okay, now I'm going to tack it all down, okay? Okay, as you can see, it tacked it down, and I forgot to change my thread back to white, so I need to do that because I do not want black thread. I'm going to take this tape off, and I am going to pull this down. Okay, and I am going to pull it down nice and taut, like so, like a bomb. Whoops, I just took a picture of something. I heard my watch click. I probably just messed up my video. All right, now that's taped down, and now it's going to tack that down. Okay, it's tacked that down. Let's put our stitch up here, and it's tacked it down. Now we're going to take our two front pockets, okay? And my back pocket's going to be solid because it's not going to show. So now you're going to take your pockets if you have them together lined up. And really, it doesn't matter how big or how little you want your pocket, as long as the bottom edge is 3/8 to 1/2 inch over the bottom, hanging over, so otherwise it won't get tacked down, right? And you want to center them so it gets tacked down just like that. See, there we go. And now it's going to tack both of these pockets down, okay? You know what? I'm going to back up a second. I think when I pulled this down, I was supposed to pull the lining down as well because there's no stitching, you know, designs or anything on it. So I should have pulled this down. So I'm just going to do it now. Okay, but that should have been done the last step. So hopefully you'll watch the full video before you make this purse. The PDF tells you to do this, but of course I wasn't looking at the PDF. So there we go. Now I am going to redo that step. No, I'm not, because I don't want to beat up this lining or this this vinyl. So I'm going to go back, just act like we did the lining when I was supposed to, okay? All right, so now we are going to make sure we're centered, and this is on there, like so. And now we are going to tack this down. Okay, let me show you what I do. I take iron-on twill, it's patch fabric, and I iron it on the back of my tabs. It gives them strength and, you know, for holding whatever you put in your bag. And then this is two-sided stitch tape, right? Sticky tape. And what I do is I like to put my tab through my hoop or my D-ring, come on, say it, and put this right up there, okay? And I'll take the other piece off. This keeps them from opening and sliding when it stitches, okay? So I just do that, and then I'll fold it back in half, and this just holds it, keeps it in place, okay? You just need a little teeny, any kind of two-sided tape will work. I just happen to use this stuff. Once again, I just put that through like that. Figure out where it goes. Then I put it on the inside. Then I pull it off, and then I press it closed. Okay? Now I can put it did the placement stitches for these, and I can put these. And I always line them up with my zipper. So you can go below the zipper or above it, depending on how much you want. I go below, because if you go too high, you might interfere. Oh, you can't go above it, so just take all that back. That is just crazy talk. I don't know what I was thinking. So, now I am going to tape this in place right here. And I'm going to take the other one, and I'm going to tape it in place. And see, I have it right at the bottom of the zipper. And I'm going to do this one exactly the same. And right now, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to unzip my zipper so I don't forget, because I have done that many times. And I'm going to tape that out of the way. I'm going to tape it on there. Last time I taped it on my vinyl, when I removed the tape, it took off the vinyl. Cheap stuff. Not this vinyl, a different vinyl, but it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to kind of put this one and tape it right there out of my way. Okay, so there we go. We have our tabs, and now it is going to tack those down. Now it will do a side placement and stuff for a tab if you want a side one, like to hang keys or whatever. I do not want that on my bag, but the option is there if you want it. But then again, when you go and put the back on, you can put a tab anywhere you want, if you want. So now we are going to skip that step. Boom. And we are going to go to the back pocket. Okay. So now our back pocket goes before our fabric. Okay. Now remember, it's going to turn right side out. So I want the inside of the pocket, to be so the wrong side facing me. So we're going to put the wrong side facing me, and make sure you're below your zipper is all. And if you cut it according to the template, it'll just line up with the rest of them. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Typically I tape my pockets in place, but this is a pretty big pocket. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I am going to take my back fabric, which is vinyl. And FYI, if you're folding your fabric in half and sewing using 2 pieces, it's best to use fabric, not vinyl, because then you would have like 8 or 10 pieces of vinyl down there. Turning it right side out could be a problem. So now we're going to take our vinyl, and we are going to put it face down, just like this, like magic. And I'm going to tack them down. Alrighty then, it has tacked down the back lining, or vinyl. So now I'm going to flip my bag over. Darn it, Jim. I have black. Oh, I thought I changed that to white. Man, I'm horrible at that. Dang it. All right, let's put our white bobbin in there, which I thought it was, but I forgot. I did them silly gas things. Gosh darn it. All right, so now we're going to just carry on. We're going to trim our vinyl behind the zip. Our stabilizer behind the zipper. Okay, just carefully trim it. It's easier to do it now than it is later. Okay, so we're just going to trim that out of the way. I'm annoyed. Okay, that's out of the way. Okay. Now we're going to take our other piece of lining, and we are going to cover the whole thing, just like that, okay? We're going to tape it in place so it doesn't move, obviously. And then we are going to do the final tack down. there. Now I'm gonna flip it over and put it back on the machine and do the last stitch. Okay, it's finished doing that. So now I'm gonna reach in here and I'm gonna try to remove all my tape where I can find it anyway. Turn over. Let's get all the tape off the back. Bella. All right, let's remove the hoop. Voila. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can put batting on the back. It would have went when you put this on, and I forgot about the batting on the back. My bad. Obviously, I didn't want it anyway. So let me just trim a little bit of this out of the way so you can see what we're doing here. All right. So first of all, I like to take my lining and flip it back. And then get my tools. I left them over on the other thing, on the other desk. And I like to cut my bottom. I move the lining out of the way and I cut all the bottom off, okay? It's not liking I have a stand right there that the camera's on. It's interfering. So this is a wee bit much, so I'm going to cut that off as well. Don't need that much. I'm going to take the top and I'm going to leave about maybe 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch. Cut off all the tabs and that. Okay. Then the same on the sides here. Do here as well. Oh, sugar. I just cut my finger. All right. Damn it. All right, there we go. Now let's take my scissors and I make a V or cut an angle into where the opening of the bag is. Like that. And I cut off the extras. And the corner. Ugh. Hopefully this turns easy. It just feels like heavy vinyl, but it wasn't. That other one was the pink bag, the one I started out with. Oh my gosh, that vinyl was tough. All right, let's see. I'm gonna just snip this curve here. Okay, now we're gonna turn it right side out from between the two linings, okay? Okay, just had to clean up a little bit of the mess here and get my glue ready. Oh, I should have got my Wonder Clips ready, but I didn't. So carefully, you're gonna turn it right side out, okay? Now, rip the lining, and sometimes it's difficult. Well, it's difficult when I'm trying to hold it under this, because so you can see what I'm doing instead of against the against my tummy. All right, nearly there. Oh, I've nearly got it. Oh, sugar, it sounded like it ripped. All right, I'm gonna push my hand up in there. Push my corners out. Push this corner out. Turn these corners out right there. And this corner over here. I have a paintbrush I use to make sure everything's nice and pressed out where it's supposed to be. Like that. Okay, Wonder Clips that I should have had ready already and I didn't. Those, and now we're going to take and we're going to fold our bottoms into the bag as so. And you can stitch it, glue it, or tape it. I glue. Oh, sugar. Okay, now the glue's probably going to glue all over everything because it kind of shot out. Okay, so there's my glue. Now let me put these back down where they really belong, like that. Oh, get out of there. And let's Wonder Clip them. Just come on, stay in there. I could have did a little better job of that, couldn't I? But I have glue all over my fingers, so that's my problem there, Jim. All right, let that set for a second. This is Fabric Fuse. This, wherever that tape went, this is Fabric Fuse two-sided tape, too, also. Oh, my stuff's falling over there. All right, well, while that does that, this is when I take my tape off of my zipper tab. Try to. My fingers are sticky. Okay, I'm gonna zip my bag. That's what it's gonna look like. It's so cute. See? And you're gonna turn it right side out between the two outer pockets, which are the pretty fabric-y ones. See? Look in there. All right, let's give it a minute to sit, okay? Alrighty then, let's just take these off there. And we're gonna go in between the two things, the two outer pockets, which only you know what are your outer pockets. Ugh. And we are going to turn it right side out, okay? Like that. See, like that. I'm making this for my sister. Hopefully it fits her iPad. She has a bigger iPad than I do. I just got a little mini me. Whoops. Okay, push these corners out. Handy. This is cute colors. This vinyl right here, I don't know what it was called, but it was from My Pump Embroidery. It's adorable. I like it. I like it a lot. Poke out all my corners. There we go. Flip those corners out at the top. Sorry, I keep forgetting to go under the camera. And there you have it. This is the grab and go. Okay. Hopefully it'll fit her iPad. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She said it was 7 inches, but whoo, mama, I don't know. We'll see. There you go. What you think? Leave me your comments.